Alright, let's dive into something massive that just happened in the gaming world. Something that, personally, I think is going to reshape the industry in ways we can't even fully predict yet. So, here's the deal. Electronic Arts, the powerhouse behind games like The Sims, Madden, and Battlefield, just got bought out for a staggering $55 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. $55 billion. But what's really fascinating here isn't just the price tag, it's who bought them. We're talking about a Saudi-led group, including Saudi Arabia's Wealth Fund, PIF, and a couple of private equity firms, one of which is run by Jared Kushner. Now, this isn't just a business deal. It's a geopolitical move, a cultural statement, and a massive bet on the future of gaming all rolled into one. What makes this really interesting is the Saudi angle. The Saudi royal family has been making big moves into entertainment for years, from sports to media, and now, gaming. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is known to be a gamer himself, so this isn't just a random investment, it's strategic. From my perspective, this is part of Saudi Arabia's broader push to diversify its economy and build a global cultural footprint. Gaming is a $200 billion industry, and if you're a country looking to future-proof your economy, this is a smart play. But it also raises a deeper question. What does it mean for a major gaming company to be owned by a state-backed fund? Does it change the creative direction? The values of the company? These are questions I'll be keeping an eye on. Now, let's talk about EA itself. This company has been a titan in the industry for decades, but it's not been without its struggles. Their revenues have been stagnant, hovering around $7.40 to $7.60 billion, and they've been facing stiff competition from mobile game makers like Epic Games. Plus, their biggest rival, Activision Blizzard, got snapped up by Microsoft last year for almost $69 billion. So, in a way, this buyout feels like EA's response to staying relevant in a rapidly changing landscape. But here's the thing. Going private means EA won't have to report quarterly earnings anymore, which could give them more freedom to experiment. Or, let's be real, it could also mean more cost-cutting and layoffs. One thing that immediately stands out is the timing of this deal. Just last month, EA reported lower-than-expected revenues, blaming it on the underperformance of their latest Battlefield game. So, is this buyout a lifeline, or is it a sign of deeper troubles? Personally, I think it's a bit of both. Another detail I find fascinating is the involvement of Jared Kushner's firm, Affinity Partners. Kushner's statement about EA's games being part of everyday life for millions of people feels almost poetic, but it also feels calculated. What this really suggests is that gaming isn't just about entertainment anymore. It's about influence, community, and even soft power. If you take a step back and think about it, games like The Sims and Madden have shaped how generations of people interact, compete, and tell stories. So, when a group like this takes control, it's not just about profits. It's about controlling the narrative. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. What many people don't realize is that this deal is part of a bigger trend in the gaming industry. We're seeing consolidation on a massive scale. Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, Sony snapping up smaller studios. The landscape is changing fast. In my opinion, this is the beginning of a new era where gaming companies aren't just competing for players. They're competing for dominance in a global entertainment ecosystem. And with Saudi Arabia now in the mix, the stakes just got a lot higher. So what does this mean for gamers? Well, on one hand, EA going private could mean more creative freedom and less pressure to churn out annual sequels. On the other hand, it could also mean less transparency and more focus on profitability. One thing's for sure, the games we play, the stories we engage with, and the communities we're part of are going to be shaped by these decisions. What this really suggests is that gaming is no longer just a hobby. It's a battleground for economic, cultural, and even political influence. As I wrap this up, I'm left with one big question. What's next? Are we going to see more state-backed funds buying into gaming? Will this lead to more innovation, or will it stifle creativity? Personally, I think we're at a turning point. The industry that defined my childhood, and probably yours, is evolving in ways we couldn't have imagined. And as someone who's been playing EA games since I was a kid, I'm both excited and a little nervous about what the future holds. What about you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this is a conversation we all need to be having.